Hello everyone, and welcome to the Influencer Barbie channel. We have Miss Barbie Roberts, and I am Barbie's assistant. My name is Beverly, and I am an adult Barbie enthusiast. Welcome to our Barbieverse. We create content for people who love all things Barbie as much as we do. Today we are joined in the Barbie studio by two new friends for Barbie. I waited over 1 year for these dolls. I ordered them back in August 2024. They were supposed to arrive in September 2025. And here we are in February of 2026. They finally arrived. So I want to take a look at them. These are dolls from Barbie the movie. And if you have seen the Barbie movie, you are familiar with the scene where the Ken dolls and the Barbie dolls are at the beach, and the Ken dolls are playing Push You Around by Matchbox 20, while Barbie and the other Barbies are just really excited by that. So as you can see, Barbie has been scrolling on her phone for the last 4 hours while Ken is playing this song. And like I said, these dolls finally arrived, so I wanted to take a look at them. I was not expecting them to be in this clear sort of collector's box. I was expecting something more like the Barbie style boxes that we have gotten in the past. So this would be the sort of box where you could display your collector dolls and not take them out. Well, I consider myself to be a Barbie enthusiast rather than a Barbie collector. So I like to take my dolls out of the boxes and be able to play with them and do other things with them. So what we're going to try to do today is very carefully get our dolls out of the box here and see what they're like. And first, let's take a little closer look at the box. As you can see in the back, it says 4 hours later. We have Barbie the movie and Mattel on the front. And I did do a short looking at the box a little more closely, and I will try to put a link to that up here. And here is the back of the box. It says Barbie the movie. Greetings from Barbie Land. Wishing you the best day ever. And some pictures of our dolls here. So we are going to try to very carefully get them out of the box. I'm not certain what would be the best way to do that. Like I said, I was not expecting them to come in this plastic collector type box. So we will try to do that on camera today. And as a reminder, always have adult supervision when using sharp objects. I think that we can carefully cut the tape here. And I don't know how well you can see this, but the dolls are held in place with plastic prongs in the back of their heads. And I know I complain about this a lot, but I really do wish that Mattel would figure out a different way to hold the dolls in their boxes without putting these prongs in the backs of their heads. And of all the dolls to not put plastic prongs in here, it would be a collector's set like this where you are going to be displaying the dolls. So let's see if we can open this up. Okay, so apparently the thing to do was to open the box from the side and then slide our set out. So let's see if we can take a little closer look at our dolls. And the two dolls are supposed to have an likeness to the actors from Barbie the movie. So we have a representation of Margot Robbie here. And then Ryan Gosling with our Ken doll. And the way his hair is done for this particular doll, it kind of reminds me as if he were a blonde Elvis with this pompadour going on. And of course he has his horse style tracksuit here and these big sneakers here, high top sneakers. So let's see if we can carefully remove these two from their straps and take a closer look at them. Okay, so we've got our stands for our dolls underneath, as well as a certificate of authenticity here. So let's carefully remove that. Okay, so I've managed to get both Barbie and Ken out of the box. Let's take a look first at Margot Roberts' Barbie. And she comes with this smartphone. It has a Barbie Bee logo on the back. And the text on it, it says, "Hi Ken, hi Barbie." So, reference to the movie there. And Barbie's phone was held in place by a piece of plastic. I was trying to get the phone out without, I was able to get the phone out without damaging the plastic, but then in order to get the plastic off of her hand, I had to snip the plastic a little bit. So it was either that or pull her hand off in order to keep the plastic in one piece, and I didn't want to try to do that. So let's take a look at Barbie here, and both of these dolls are on made-to-move bodies. Barbie's a little bit stiff here. So Barbie is modeled on Margot Robbie, the actress who plays Barbie in Barbie the Movie. So she has long blonde hair, and it does have a little bit of product here in these shorter bang pieces, and might need some attention right out of the box. She's got a bit of box hair going on, and she has blue eyes. She does not look shiny or pixelated. I do see a tiny bit of what appears to be blue ink or blue dye right underneath her eyes, so we might be able to clean that up with a little bit of alcohol on a Q-tip. And she does have some loose hair going on, and she has very soft makeup with a fairly natural pink lip, and she does have a closed mouth smile. She is wearing these gold hoop earrings that we have seen in a couple of other Barbie style dolls and fashion packs, and they do have these clear plastic discs between the earring and her ear to protect her ears. So, but that looks like those can be removed easily. And she is wearing the white eyelet style top from the movie, and it does Velcro in back. And she's also wearing cut-off denim shorts that also Velcro in back. And her pockets do actually seem to be at least somewhat functional. Front pockets, at least. I don't know if they go into the shorts. I'll have to take a closer look at those later. And she also wears a gold cuff bracelet, which was held in place by a clear elastic band, and I cut that in order to get her out of the box, and the elastic band is kind of trapped in her wrist joint, so we'll have to pull that out. But then the bracelet fell off once I did that, so now that we've got her out of the box, when we put her bracelet back on, then we can wrap another elastic band around her hand to hold it in place. This elastic band was wrapped around a piece of plastic that was holding her hand down on the sand of the beach. And she is wearing these cute white cowgirl boots, really nicely textured. You can see a pattern on them And it looks like a horseshoe here to kind of go with Ken's horse theme. And she has nice textured stacked heels. And they have a Barbie bee logo on them. So let's go ahead and put her on her doll stand. So Barbie and Ken share a certificate of authenticity for this set, showing that they are Barbie signature black label dolls. And actually, before we put Barbie on her stand, let's take a look at her articulation. Like I said, she is a made-to-move doll. So this is the dolls with the most articulation that Mattel currently offers. So she has movement at the head, the shoulder, the upper arm, elbow, wrist, and she can also move at the torso. And she has movement at the hip where she can go front to back, and then also at the upper thigh so that she can go out to the side. And she has movement at the knee and at the ankle. You can't see that very well with her boot on. Here's her ankle joint. The boots are held in place with a little bit of sticky tack, it looks like. And that will help to keep the slit in the back of her boots closed up a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and put her on her doll stand. There we go. And in a lot of the Playline dolls, the dolls' smartphones will come with a little tab in back to help the dolls hold them. But this smartphone doesn't have that, so we will just leave that here for Miss Margot. And I managed to get Ken out of the box. So we'll stand him up. And his guitar is held in place with some rubber bands so that if you weren't taking it out of the box, then the guitar wouldn't become loose. But let's try to carefully remove the elastic bands so we can take a look at his outfit. Okay, so I was able to get this elastic band off of Ken's left hand. The one that was around his right hand was also wrapped around the guitar and his right leg, so I ended up needing to cut that one. But Ken's guitar has a clear plastic strap, so let's see if we can carefully remove that from him. Here we go. So here is Ken's guitar. It says Ken on it. It has some more of the horse theme. And it is hollow in back. And we'll take a look at Ken. I can hear plastic rustling inside of him, so he does have some plastic protecting the body of the doll, and things like the high top sneakers that he's wearing from color transfer from this tracksuit that he's wearing. But he has these hot pink plastic wrist sweatbands here. He also is wearing a gold watch. and a silver watch. So he is wearing 2 watches. I think that is something from the movie. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch the movie now after getting these dolls. So Ken is wearing his black sweatshirt, and then we've got the horses on it and lightning and sort of a lavender and white, and then more lightning on the sides of the arms, and then going down the sides of his legs here. So his tracksuit has a zipper and it is functional. So if we wanted to remove it, we should be able to. And here is the plastic under his tracksuit, protecting the doll's body from any color transfer. And his track pants have an elastic waist. And the plastic does go down to a little lower than hip level. And it does go between his legs. So pull that back up. Here we go, and we'll zip his tracksuit back up. I like the fact that we have a functional zipper here. A lot of the zippers in the Barbie fashions, especially in the play line, are just decorative and not actually functional. Alright, so we've got Ken zip back up here. And we won't try removing his sneakers since they have the plastic protecting them from color transfer. Oh, and he is also made to move, so he has movement at the head, shoulder, upper arm, elbow and wrist, and at the torso. Also front to back in the hip and side to side at the upper thigh, knee, and ankle. You can see a little bit of wiggle there at that ankle joint. The high top sneakers make it a little difficult. We'll put him on his doll stand. And I don't know if you can hear in the background, executive producer Miss Midnight is defending her territory against another cat. Oops. Looks like we'll need some sticky putty to hold the base of Ken's stand in place. There we go. And we'll put the strap back on his guitar. And we'll just put that like that for now. Alright, so like I said, I waited over a year to get these dolls, and I'm really happy that we have them now. Like I said, I was not expecting for them to come in this collector style box. I guess I should have, since the way it was shown on the Mattel website showed the dolls in place and with the campfire and the guitar. But since I don't normally buy quote collector dolls, and when I do, it's always I want to take them out of the box, see their outfits, just check them out and have them as part of my Barbie world here, our Barbieverse. So it was interesting to get the dolls like that. So they are 2 new dolls to add to our collection. And we'll bring Miss Barbie in here. So we are happy to have 2 new friends for Barbie in our Barbieverse. And let us know in the comments below if you ordered this particular set of dolls from the Barbie movie, and if you have received yours finally. Will you be taking yours out of the box, or are you going to display your dolls inside the box? Maybe you're planning on keeping them all pristine in that Mattel mailer. I know that a lot of really serious Barbie collectors do that, but like I said, I don't consider myself to be a Barbie collector. I am more of a Barbie enthusiast, so I like to be able to have my dolls out of the box. But let us know what you'll be doing with your dolls, and if you saw them and maybe you decided to pass on them, what were your reasons for that? Let us know in the comments. Well, thank you very much for watching, and please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to be part of our Barbieverse. And be sure to ring the notification bell. It really does help our channel to grow. And once we hit some subscriber milestones, we plan to have some fun giveaways. And if you would like a chance of getting a shout out in an upcoming video, just comment below with the hashtag #InfluencerBarbie. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in our next episode here in our Barbieverse. Bye-bye!